Hi, welcome to my body positioning class, and this is going to be class number 2 in my series of classes, okay? And in this class we're going to be going over backward inside edges on a circle, backward outside edges on a circle, backward chasses, backward crossovers, mohawks, or as they're starting to be called now, a C-step, which kind of makes sense, then you understand what's happening. We're also going to be going over a spiral, a spread eagle, body hops, cross rolls and twizzles as well. So without further ado, let's get into our warm-up. So first we're going to just walk in place as we slowly increase the heart rate and start getting some oxygen to the muscles and warming up the joints. So let's just walk in place for a little bit longer. Try to move those arms, keep the chest up. And now we're slowly going to do some high knees. And go at your own pace. This is just about warming up, getting some blood through the body, getting the heart rate up. We can slowly try to lift those knees a little bit higher. Okay, next we're going to switch to butt kickers. So if you haven't done those, you're basically trying to kick your butt. The arms are just by the sides there. Okay, now we're going to switch to squats, making sure the knees tracking straight over the toes, all the way down, as far as you go. You don't need to go lower than I'm going, so it's like you should almost feel like you're sitting back, like you're going to sit onto the toilet. Okay, just like that. Do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Next we're going to do alternating reverse lunge with a knee lift. That looks like this. So we step all the way back, and just before your knee touches the ground, you feel the nice stretch here. You're going to come up, lift the knee and change. And look at my arms. So let's do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next we're going to start with some ankle articulation. So we're just going to put the toe on the ground and we're going to externally rotate the ankle. If you do have any pain or any problems, then please be careful. And then we're going to internally rotate. And now switch to the left leg. So externally rotate first. Feels quite nice that actually, I don't know about you. And then internally rotate. Well, that's so awkward to do that way for me. Feels strange. Next we're going to do the same with the hips. So first we're going to externally rotate the right, okay? So we're going to lift up and rotate out, back to position. We're going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Internally rotate. So now we're going to bring it up around, almost like you're trying to get your leg over a horse or something. Oh, see, I had a hip injury when I was younger, and I can feel it clicking every time I do it. It's like click, click, and to the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of the warm-up. Now we will progress to some dynamic stretches. We're going to begin with a glute knee hug. Okay? So you basically bring the knee up and hug. Hug. And we're just stretching the glutes, which is the butt. And you may feel this on the hamstrings a little bit, but it's mainly for the glutes. 2 more. 1, 2. And then we're going to do some quad stretches. So like the classic quad stretch that you do, but we're not holding because it's dynamic stretching. We're just moving through the stretch. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now we do some hand walks. So basically, imagine you're going to touch the floor like this, and you do this and just walk. So you've got a slight bend in your knees, and and you'll feel a nice stretch. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're going to do some arm circles. Both arms all the way forward. You can have a slight bend in your knees, and you can bob up and down a little bit if you want, like that. And it's better just to do one by itself, if that's more comfortable. So we can do one by ourselves as well, like this. And then we can do both of them backwards if that's comfortable. If that's not comfortable, then switch to one. If not, just keep doing 2. That's fine, on the other side. And now we'll do some trunk twists. So feet spread out a little bit, arms out, and just twist side to side. And let your head kind of lead the way. And if you're a person that doesn't stretch so much, then when you do this, you will realise that you need to stretch your trunk a little bit more. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do some calf walks. So there's a really good way to stretch the calves. Basically, to step forward, keep the heel on the floor, and then step again. Keep the heel on the floor. We're not doing static stretches, so we'll just do a couple of those, and then turn. Just for a second. Just for a second. Let's do that one more time. So 1 and 2. And let's finish off the dynamic stretching with some nice side stretches. So arms all the way up, stretch up, all the way over to one side. And back up, all the way over to the other side. And back up 2 more times. That's 1. And that's 2. And now shake it all out. And now we're going to progress into the main part of the class, okay? Okay, the first thing we're going to go over is backward inside edges on a circle. So, as we previously were doing in the last class, let's think about our body positioning and where are we facing on the circle. So we're going to be facing inside the circle, the arms are in this position, and if we're thinking we're going to go this way, that would mean that our body would be facing this way. So we'll be in this position, and let's just imagine for now we're just going around and we'll push, 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 and we're looking where we want to go around the circle and push all the way around. So now we're in the position for going around, and we're going to do the inside edge first. Okay? So what are we thinking? So we do one push, and then we lift the right leg into position, and we're just touching the side of our foot here, and we're holding this position, thinking about where we're going around. Okay? I'll show you from this side. So we push here, we push into this position, and then we lift the foot and we hold. We just hold this position here. And then the position of the foot is going to be just here. Yeah, so we're just in this position, so we're not having our leg open here. The hip is closed. We're in this position here, and we're looking around the circle. Okay, so let's do that walking around the circle. So we push, push, and then we hold the position. We're holding that going all the way around. Okay, so let's go the other way. Okay, so now we're going around this way, so that means our body is facing this way. So we're pushing around the circle, push around here, and then we're going to push one more time, and then we'll hold that inside edge. And we're holding and we're looking around the circle where we want to go. Okay, I'll show you from this angle. So we're pushing this way, push, and then we're going to hold into position here. We're looking all the way around the circle and holding that position. Okay, so that's the inside edges. Let's move on to the outside edges going backwards. Okay, so let's go this way to start with. Excuse me. So we'll push it around. And the big difference I would say between the inside and outside edges, because it kind of happens naturally when you're doing the inside, when you're going around with the circle forwards or backwards, that you go onto an inside edge. It happens very naturally, but it doesn't seem to happen naturally when you want to do your outside edges. So what you've got to make sure is that before you lift the left leg, when we're going around this way, that this foot is on the outside edge. So what will happen if you stay very central, this will be on the inside edge and you'll lift it and you'll fall out of the circle like that. Okay? So push around the circle, making sure you're leaning over, because what should happen as soon as you lean over, you should go into position. And this is what happens on the ice or on your rollers. You do not change, because you'll be able to go from there and lift it. Yeah, there should not be anything much happening in movement-wise, apart from you push around on your outside edge, and then you can lift and hold. And when you are learning outside edges, you may just find that you lift for a second, or you bring it in, you lift for a second, but we're going to show a little bit more advanced version. So we push here, we push around, and then we hold. I'm going to come around just so you can see my body position. Okay, so let's go the other way. So the left arm is leading. So we push, and we're on the outside edge. If you're on the outside edge, and then you lift the right, you hold there, and hold that position. So push, into position. Now hold that position, Push, keep your arms a shake, keep your arms a shake. Especially if you're pausing and you're repeating some of this, your arms are going to be a bit tired. Okay, so let's do this one more time. So we push, we're on that left outside edge, we bring the foot in, and we hold. Okay, that was the outside edges. Let's move on to the backward chasses, which are going to be much of the same inside-outside edges, but now we're connecting them together. Okay, so let's go this way. So I'll just show you them first. So what's going to be a little bit different now is as we push, this foot is going to come off the ground. So we push, bend, push, bend. And I'm going to show them from the side here. So we push, pointing the toe, bend, push, bend, push, bend. And I'll show you from this side. So push, bend, push, bend. Okay, so let's go over the first part of this, the backward chasse. So it's better facing this way. So right arm is leading, and we push, and we're on the outside edge, and we push, and this foot is going to point here. So we're ending in this position. So just find this position and hold it here. Okay. So from this side, push and hold it here. And imagine you're on an outside edge and you're pointing your toe here. So that's the first part. Okay. The second part, so you've pushed, and then you rise up a little bit, and then as your feet come together, you bend, and as you bend, you lift the right foot, and we're looking where we're going here. Okay, so we've gone push, bend, push, bend, push, bend, push, bend. Give the arms a shake. Now we'll go to the other side. So if the right arm is leading, left arm is leading. So the left arm is leading. So we push, bend, push, bend. Okay, so let's think about that first position. So as we push, this foot is here. And this is the position we're in. We're pointing the toe, we're over the skating leg here. We're not on the outside edge, on the inside edge, but on the outside edge. We're here. Show it from this side. So look at where we're going. Push. We're in this position here. Bend, push, bend, push, and if you look at the rhythm, so we're going to go down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, push, push, straight from behind. So looking where we're going, and push, bend, push, bend. Making sure when we lift this foot, we keep it clean and tidy. Okay? Always trying to be clean and tidy. The foots are always here, here, or it could be here or here. But it's always trying to make the foot is always trying to make contact with your body. It'll make it much easier to learn and to keep everything clean and tidy. Okay? So now, let's go over backward crossovers. Okay, so let's go this way. So the first push is going to be push. And you push with the left foot, left foot is on left in case you didn't hear that, left. So we pushed in this position, so just hold that position for a second there. Hold that position, look. Okay, so you push there. And then as you push, then this foot is going to cross over, and then there's a second push here, push. So the second push is very similar, like when you're going forwards and backwards, right? But if we're going forwards, you've got push, you're going forwards, and now we're going backwards, and it's push, but you're just going the other way, right? So first we go push, and then as it crosses, you can lift it, but try not to lift this foot. Try to have it slide through, and now we're going to push with the right leg, and then it would push into this position here. It's that same position as going forward, we just go in a different direction, so you're looking different. You're not looking forwards, you're looking behind into that position. Okay? So we go push and cross. Push and cross. We got space there. I'm going to do it facing you a couple of times so you can see. So I'm in this position here. So push, cross. Push, cross. And it's not perfect on the floor, it's not perfect, but you can try to get the feel of pushing this way, and then this is crossing over, and then we're pushing on the other side. Okay? Let's go the other way. So this will be this way, right? So now, from behind, so we're looking that way, and push, and cross. Okay? One more time. Into position, and push, and cross, and push, and cross. Okay, one more time. So left arm is leading, we push in. This is on the inside edge. As you push, you're on an outside edge. That's what maintains the circle. Push, and then cross. Okay. I do facing you a couple of times. So, and into this position. I'm looking where we're going. Forward a little bit. Here. And push, that's your first position. And look, toe is pointed. Push. One more time. And push, and cross. Okay? And that's been the backwards crossovers. Okay? As always, if you do have any questions, then feel free to send me a message and ask me anything. And let's go over the mohawk or the C-step. Okay? So let's start with a right inside mohawk. Okay? I'm going to try and call it a C-step for the rest of the video. Let's see if I can remember and do that. Okay? So if we're skating forwards, so we're skating left, right, left. Then the right arm comes forward. This is the right arm. It comes forward. We step onto an inside edge. And look at my position here. And the left is going to come in front here. Bend onto an inside edge, but we're still looking where we're going, and we get into that position there. And as you'll notice, this position, it shows up quite a lot, doesn't it, on edges? It shows up a lot. If you're doing it correctly, it does. If your leg's all over the place, then you won't notice. But you'll notice all the time that we're in this position, we're turning. We're in this position, we're turning. So try to keep neat and tidy as much as you can. And I'm going to do this facing this way now. We've gone left, right arm comes forward, inside edge. This is the position you get for a second, and then lift up. Okay? But of course, you can do the C-step like this. Right, left, here, into a nice position, and then you could skate. But we're just showing a basic mohawk C-step at the moment, okay? Let's do it from this side, just so you can see all sides. So we've got right, left, right arm comes forward, inside edge, into that position. Okay? And you will end up with your hips open. So it's here, and then the hip has to be open. If you keep the hip closed, you'll never do it. You've got to open the hip and get in this position. And what you can do, you can just stand in this position. So this is the right inside C-step. And now what we can do, we can step over. And imagine we're going this way, this would be a left inside C-step. Okay? And that's what we're going to go over right now. So let's do the left inside C-step. So if we've gone left, right, left arm comes forward, left inside edge, right inside edge, and look where we're going. Okay? Let's do this going forward here. So we've gone right, left arm comes forward, left inside edge, right inside edge, and we're looking where we're going. Let's do it from this side. Okay. Left, right, left arm comes forward, left inside edge, right into that position. So you'll be in a plie position. That's what it'll feel like, a plie position, and then you lift the foot into position here. And I'll show it coming forward for you as well. So if we've gone left, right, left, change. Okay, and one more time going away. So we go left, right, left comes forward, left inside edge, right inside edge. Okay, and that has been the C step. Okay, so let's move on to spiral. Let's do a spiral. So the first thing we'll be doing on a spiral, let's say you've skated forwards and you glide on one foot. And slowly from here, you would straighten this leg back, you would slowly start to lean forward and go into a position like that. And I'll show you from the side, maybe it's easier to see. So on one foot here, then point the toe, start to lean forward and try to imagine keeping an arch in your back. Go into a position, oh I lost my balance there. Spiral is not my best thing, and then go into it all the way down, and keep two straight legs, and then you can come back up into position. Okay, I'll show that from behind, if that makes any sense. So we're skating forward, we stand on the left, we put the foot here, we point our toe, and then we come forward, all the way forward into position here. Okay, have a couple of tries of those. As always, you can pause the video to practice a little bit and go backwards. So now we're going to do one more time. Okay, so skate it forwards, left, point the toe, come forward, and keep the head up. So what you want to make sure that you're not doing is that, so if you look from the side, look at my position, and what you don't want is this. You see that difference? You want to try to maintain this kind of a position on your spiral. You don't want to end up flat like that. Okay? Let's do the right side, because everything I'm doing applies to both sides. I think the left is my best, so here we go, we're going to try. So we're skating, go right, left, step onto the left foot into position, point the toe, and go all the way forward. Try to balance. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just try again, get into position, point your toe, and come back. And try to stretch everything, so stretch the arms, stretch the legs, stretch everything as best you can. Let's show from behind here. So right, left, and we go into position here. We point the toe, come forward, all the way forward, and come back up. And try, watch so your foot doesn't tip down here. We're trying, the best spirals would end up, see if I can show you the position. And you see how my foot is not down, it's kind of up there. Oh, that wasn't very comfortable for me. I'll show it from the side. So, right, point, all the way down. Losing my balance. Point, all the way down, keep everything straight. Back. I'll do one more time on the left. So, here, point, all the way. Making sure we're keeping our shoulders back, so the shoulders are not coming forward in this position, the shoulders are back. So this is your position, and as you come forward, they stay there like that. Yeah? So if I did the spiral, it would look almost the same. Okay? And that's good. Now let's go on to spread eagle. Let's go on to spread eagle. So spread eagle, we're making sure that our weight is in the centre, aren't we? So let's just think about this position. So if we get into this position, just like this, so the feet are not totally flat here, they're a little bit back. And what we're going to get into that position first, and we're just going to bend down and just see how that feels, and just hold that for a second. And then come back up. And go down again. And then come back up. And try to think about pushing your hips forward, because to do a spread eagle, you do need to open your hips. If you've got really close hips, it's going to be really hard to do. Okay? And then you can slowly increase, bring the heels forward and go back down. Hold that. Come back up, move them forward a little bit more. Try to keep your balance, and all the way down. And one more time, trying to get them almost flat now. And come all the way down, and try to just hold that. Because that's the position you're going to need to be in. And even when you're down now, you can try to push your heels forward a little bit, and just feel the stretch on your hips, on your legs, and hold that. You can even put your hands here, and just hold that position. From the side, this is what that looks like. Hold that position there. That's what you'll be doing when you do the spray. You'll be in this position like this. Okay? And one thing you can do as well, if you do have a wall, you can come all the way down in the position here. Now, although this is not where you will be in the position because you'll be over your skate, but you can use this to kind of stretch and try to push your heels forward. You could even go a little bit closer here and come down and just hold that stretch there. And you can even step away a little bit more and try to see one standing up. If you're doing an outside spread eagle, you'll be leaning back away and your feet will have to be in this position. Well, for the purpose of this video, we're just teaching a normal spread eagle, okay? So imagine we're skating forwards, and a little bit like the C-step, okay? So I'll just kind of show you one. So we're skating forwards, we bring the foot here, and instead of putting it here, we're going to bring the foot here, and then we're going to try to put it back here. And we're going to try to get all our weight in the center. And what you will find when you do try to do these on your skates, that you'll put all your weight on the right, so you're going to an either bar by accident. That's why I said I think it was made by mistake. So we're skating forwards, right arm comes forward, we step onto the right inside edge, and then we go here. And you'll end up going around in circles when you're first trying these, but now it's just about learning the position. And you try to get into position here, and the foot could end up here as well, but normally they'll start about here. And we look where we want to go, but as soon as we do this, then we're going to start turning around. So we try as best we can as we skate forwards, step, and try to hold that position. Just try to hold that position as best you can. But for now, just hold and get used to what that feels like. What does a spread eagle actually feel like? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? Okay? So let's think about going the other way. So if we're going to go for the left, so the left arm will come through, we put the left foot here, we bring this foot here, and then we put it into position. And we're trying to look where we're going, but we're keeping the weight here. So you could look here as well, but normally we look where we're skating, don't we? So if we're skating here, okay? I'll show you from behind. If we're skating forwards, the left arm and the left foot come through. Step onto the left, right foot here, and then into position. Hold that. I'll try that a couple of times now. So, left, right, left arm, forward, into position, and hold it just like that. Okay, and you can always pause the video and go back and watch some little bits again if you want. But for now, we're going to move on to the bunny hop. What is a bunny hop, you ask me? This is a bunny hop. You basically, when you're skating, you can either do it from just the wheels or the edge, and you jump forward, or you can do it from the toe stop or the toe pick. So if you fade left, right, you step onto the left foot, and then as you're about to jump, you go up onto the toe. And what's good about the bunny hop, it teaches you to go up onto the toe, to then jump and do a waltz jump. Okay? So we skate forward, left, right. We're in this position. We go hop and push. Almost like a ball change, I think that is in dancing. Okay, so we're just going to go straight to the bunny hop now. So we go left, jump and forward. From behind, and left, jump, straight from the front as well. So we go left, jump, forward. From this side, left, jump, forward. And I want you to really think about going onto the edge of your toes, so you really feel like you're initiating the action of going onto the toe stop. You don't go to jump and fall. So I would say do this from the toe stop, because you're going to be safer. Okay? So if we're doing the right side, the right would step forward, the left foot would kick forward like this. So think about doing that. We would kick forward, jump and push. Okay? One more time from behind. And right, jump and forward. And from this side, right, jump and forward. Okay, so let's do a left and then a right. So we're going to go left, push, and right. I know I probably said the wrong ones, but we'll do one way and then the other way, okay? So we're going to step onto the left, kick with the right, and then step onto the right, kick with the left. Kick, push, and kick, push. Okay, and that has been a bunny hop. Now let's move on to the cross rolls. Okay, so a cross roll is outside edge to an outside edge. So if we think about that when we're skating forwards, so I'll do it from behind. So if we step onto our left outside edge first, then the right foot will come to here. It's going to come through, and then it's going to be indirect. Like imagine someone driving your foot. They're going to put it into position on the outside edge here. So now we're basically on two outside edges for a second, and now we're going to push. But we're trying to point the toes mechanical around. It's going to go through in front, outside edge. Push, outside edge. Push, outside edge. Push, outside edge. One more time, I'll do that coming forwards towards you. And so we're going to go push, left outside edge. Right comes around and through. Right outside edge, push. Left outside edge, push. Right outside edge, push. Left outside edge, push. Right outside edge. One more time. Left outside edge. Right outside edge, pointing the toe. Left outside edge. Right outside edge. And I don't know if it looks different from the side, but I will show you from the side as well. So push, push, push. And you're making sure that the foot, this one, it comes around and then it kind of goes through. It kind of cuts through onto the outside edge. And you will find that your body will lean this way a little bit, and then it's going to lean to the right a little bit, but not so much. It kind of happens naturally, don't really need to think about it too much, okay? So let's move on to the last exercise of class 2, which is going to be twizzles, okay? So let's show from behind, and what we're going to do, I'm going to do one way, then the other way, because this is the easiest way to learn twizzles because of the way that the arms finish and they come around, okay? So I'll show you first, then we'll talk about it. So we're going to start with the right inside twizzle. So that means the left arm is forward, and then it's going to turn into this position. Turn, this position. So let's talk about what my foot is doing. The right foot, I'm lifting up, so I'm lifting up to go over the turn, and this foot is coming to here. So I'm just going to do that now. And it actually more comes to here. I would say more here, it's not really there. It comes more here. Okay? Let's do that right one again. And then we'll do the left one. The right arm is forward, the left arm is back. It comes in. There. And when you turn over the right side, think that you're coming to here. So then you're going to, the weight is over the right foot. So we're kind of here, into this side. And then when we do the left, the right arm is forward, and it comes to this side. So it's here. Okay, so let's do both of them together. So we're going to start with the right. The left arm is forward, the right arm is back. We come in and down. Right arm is forward, left arm is back. Let's do that again, the other way. See, I'm trying to do it too slow, I lost my balance. So let's do it again, moving towards you this time. So we'll start with the right. Left arm is forward, right arm is back. In and out. Because it needs to be fast. It's a fast movement, so if you do it slow, all sorts of stuff happens. So let's go fast. In, boom. In. You can just practice those like that to kind of get used to the feeling. You don't need to go anywhere, you can do it on the spot. I'll do it one more time from behind, just staying on the spot. So in, out, in, out, in, out. In, out. And that's it. That's been 10 exercises in class 2. We've got through 10 exercises today. And you can rewind this and watch them back and really work on each position, each turn, each edge, each spiral, each mohawk. And please tag me in your stories and everything, because I'd love to see how you guys are getting on. and I look forward to, well, let's do our cool down. Let's get the cool down done, okay? So yeah, let's move on to the cool down, and that's it. So let's go over a couple of stretches that might be beneficial for you after the body positioning class. Let's start with a hamstring stretch. So we're going to stand shoulders width apart. We're going to put one foot forward. We're going to make sure the knees track straight over the foot, keeping this leg nice and straight with ankles, knees and hip in line. We're going to slowly bend forward, leading with the chest, until you feel a nice stretch. This is my right, so this is where we're going to feel the stretch on the hamstring. And you can place your hand on your knee if you need to, but you don't have to. You can just have it here, whatever's more comfortable. But we're not leaning on this. It's very important. We don't lean on this. We're just here, and we're going to hold this stretch. And keep breathing. And now we can slowly go a little bit further. And just hold that stretch just there. And if you do feel pain, then please do stop. And now we're going to come all the way back up. We're going to change legs. So now left leg will be leading. Everything is in line, leading with the chest, leading all the way over. Feel a nice stretch down your hamstrings. Lean a little bit further if you can. Now come all the way up. Okay, next we're going to do a laid down glute stretch. So it's going to stretch for your butt. So come down. If you do have a handy mat, then that's great. If not, then you just lay on your carpet, on your floor. Hopefully it's not too cold. So lay all the way back, right foot in the air, cross it over your left. And now what you're going to do, you're going to lift that leg, left leg all the way up until you feel a nice stretch down your glutes here. And what you can do as well, you can take your hands, interlock them, and then pull on the leg till you feel a nice stretch, and then just keep breathing. And now change legs in the air. And you will find that one side is a lot more flexible than the other. At this side, I don't need to grab my leg. And it's been like that for as long as I can remember. So pressing with this leg all the way up to feel a nice stretch. Keep breathing. Okay, now roll over onto your stomach, and we're going to do a stretch for your quads. We're going to start with the right leg. So bring the right leg all the way up. We're going to reach around and grab with the foot, and then lay back down. And I want you to think about pressing your hip that you're stretching into the ground to make the stretch a little bit deeper. And just keep breathing. And don't excessively pull the foot up. Just have it there till you feel the stretch. We're not trying to injure ourselves here, guys. And now change legs. Down. And now we're going to kind of walk. Let's just stretch there for 1 second. And now we're going to walk our hands all the way up until we can get both of our feet, our heels on the ground there. And then we're going to do a calf stretch from here. So stay in that position and then bend the left leg and really think about stretching that right calf. And then switch over. And if this is a little bit awkward, then I'll show you another calf stretch. So everyone move to the right at the moment, and this is another calf stretch if that one's a bit awkward. So you can lean forward here. This will be doing the left, and then this one will be doing the right. Everyone switch to the left if you're on the floor still. Making sure the heel stays on the ground. As soon as the heel comes up, it's not stretching anymore. Just stay down here like this. And let's just do one last stretch all the way up to the ceiling. So everyone stand up for a second. All the way up. Breathe in, breathe out. Now stretch all the way over to the right side. All the way up, change hands, and all the way over. I do love that stretch, it does feel good. Let's do one more just for luck. Right, grabbing the left wrist, all the way over. One time up, change hands, down to the other side. And then shake it out. And that's the end of the class. I hope you've enjoyed today's class, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.